Hi everyone, my name is Grace and I have a story to tell. I have a Norwex story to tell you, I have a story of encouragement to tell you, and I am pretty excited to spend the next couple of minutes doing so. I was asked to tell my Norwex story for me, just in hopes that it's an inspiration to you. This might not be your story, but this could be somebody's story in your team. So I'm pretty excited to kind of tell you the journey that I made to becoming a team coordinator. I joined Norwex 3 years ago. I joined because I am a toxicology public health professor. And so in my research, I do disproportionate chemical exposure research for women and communities of color. So I had been looking for a solution to try to not only save my family from the world of chemicals, but really to find some science that could save the world. So, no small feat to try to find this, but I was introduced to Norwex by my neighbor, who is now my upline, Tammy Vaca, and the rest is history. Well, I joined because of two things. I joined because the science was really spot on and very obvious and basic and something that I could just very easily get behind, and also because of the discount. So when you are thinking about people that might join your team, there are some of us out there where the science is going to be like the number one driving force, and we're going to ask you a lot of questions and you may or may not have the answer. Sidebar, I did a training called The Science of Norwex for the Dream Team, and it's available on Facebook, so we can post that. But anyway, some of us join because of the discount. So that 35% discount is a really big thing. So I rocked the discount for probably about 2 years before I had somebody ask me if I wanted to do a vendor show. And I thought, sure, that would be great because I love this stuff and I want people to hear about it. Well, that vendor show catapulted my business in Norwex. Since then, I'm actually still connected to the people that I had my first booking from for that show. So it took me another, year of really putting effort into my business before I even got close to thinking about I could be a team coordinator. But the whole time, for like the last 3 years, I've been really interested in building my team. But it's hard. It's really hard when you're just doing this part-time and really just to have some fun and try to get as much Norwex into people's lives as possible. It's really hard for the dedication and the time to put into building a team. If you can build a team, I think you should. There's something very magical about it. So I'm a professor and my whole thing is education, and having a team that I can help move along into how they can spread the good word of Norwex is a really amazing feeling. But if you can't, that's okay too. So it took me a very, very long time to be team coordinator. In 2 months from now, I might not be team coordinator, and that's okay. So my aspirations are of a different focus, and so I wanted to tell my story, both for the longevity of the hope that I could be a team coordinator, and just the randomness that it came together that I could be. It's sparked some really good excitement in me, but my driver is still my driver. So this is probably maybe not the story that was hoped for or asked of me, but really I just want to say that your focus is your focus, and keep it. And it might take a very, very long time for you to get to where you want to go, but that's okay. If it's not okay with you, then good. Grab it, grab this and drive with it and do as best as you can, as quickly as you can. But for those of us that have other things going on, we may get there, we may not. But the wonderful thing is wherever we get to, Norwex is still there. So that's my story. I don't know if it did you any good. This might resonate with you, but this might resonate with other people that might be thinking, well, I don't necessarily think I'm going to do anything with this business. A discount would be nice, but it's a little scary. And, what I need to do to get anywhere, I don't have time to do it because I have family or I have obligations or I have disability or I just have a lot of barriers that are going to get me not as far as I want to go with something like this. So embrace those, recognize that most of us have that, and you don't have to have the entire world with this. You can have your little piece. So I live in my happy place of my wonderful scientific world of Norwex, and you live in your own happy place too. So if you get there and you promote, that's wonderful. And if you don't, that's also wonderful too. So thank you for listening to my story.